All right, let's just jump right into this. We're going to talk about a new video game that's really, well, it's more than a game. It's basically a declaration of war against artificial intelligence. I'm talking about Sony's Sons of Sparta, a project that is a huge, defiant statement about the future of creativity itself. You know, this one sentence right here, it just perfectly captures the wild strategy we're about to unpack. Think about it. In a world that is just flooded with AI-generated content, what's the most valuable thing you can possibly offer? Well, it's something an algorithm can't fake: authentic, painstaking, human artistry. So, we're going to break this all down into 5 key parts. We'll look at the declaration of war itself, then the incredible tech behind it. After that, we'll dive into the economic strategy, the massive risks involved, and finally, what this all means, the 2 very different futures this one game could spark for the entire industry.
So what exactly happened on that day? Well, it was a moment that sent some serious shockwaves through the whole tech and gaming world.
See, this wasn't just some marketing gimmick, a fancy sticker on the box. Nope. This was a legally binding commitment, a promise to reject generative AI at every single stage of production. From the very first line of code to the last hand-drawn pixel, it all had to be 100% human. So what does this HMC standard really mean in practice? Well, it's a line in the sand. It means no AI-generated textures, no AI-written dialogue, no AI-assisted animation. Absolutely nothing. It is a complete and total rejection of what has become the biggest trend in technology.
And bam, just like that, this move created a huge, stark division in the industry. On one side, you've got the giants, Ubisoft, EA, who see AI as absolutely essential for speed and scale. To them, human artists are kind of like a bottleneck, something to be optimized away. But on the other side, you've got Sony taking this human path, betting that those very same human hours aren't a bug, but a premium feature.
Okay, so how in the world did they pull this off? I mean, to back up a philosophy this bold, Sony had to build a true technical marvel, an engine that could do something a lot of people thought was pretty much impossible. So here's the crucial point. Unlike its competitors who use AI to kind of guess and smooth over and upscale images, this engine doesn't fake a single detail. Every single pixel you see on your 8K screen is there because an artist put it there. They call it a pixel pure renderer, and for good reason. And this number, this just blows my mind. 127 gigabits per second. To render that much uncompressed, hand-drawn art at 120 frames a second requires a data pipeline that massive. Let me put it this way, that's like trying to stream over 50 ultra-high-definition movies at the exact same time. It's an insane torrent of information that would just completely buckle most systems. The artists and engineers behind this are basically asserting what our source material calls visual sovereignty. Total, absolute human control over every single photon of light that hits your eye. It's a powerful statement that technology should be a tool for the artist, not a replacement.
And this table here kind of breaks down how they get that authentic look. For instance, the manual subpixel tech, that gets rid of that weird kind of distracting shimmering you sometimes see in AI upscaled games. Or look at the lighting. Instead of just letting a physics engine do all the work, they're using hand-painted shaders to create an artistic atmosphere an AI just can't understand. It's all about artistic intent over some algorithmic prediction. But why? Why go through all this trouble? Why spend all this time and money fighting against the technological tide? Well, it all comes down to a really brilliant and really daring economic strategy. This is the core message from Sony. In a world where basically anyone can tell an AI to create a beautiful image, the value of that machine-made content, it's inevitably going to drop to almost zero. So Sony is positioning itself to cater to a market that's getting really tired of soulless, easily copied AI content. So to really get this strategy, we need to understand this key economic idea, a Veblen good. It's basically something that becomes more desirable because it's expensive. Think of a luxury watch or a designer handbag. The high price tag is actually part of the appeal. And the whole strategy is built on this really powerful analogy. An AI-assisted game is like a smartwatch. It's functional, it's efficient, it's mass-produced. But Sons of Sparta? Oh, that's the Swiss mechanical watch of the gaming world. You don't value it for its efficiency. You value it for the incredible human labor, the artistry, and the craftsmanship that went into it. It's a status symbol. And that HMC standard, it's not just for marketing. It's actually a powerful legal and financial shield. It creates a sort of fair trade label for digital art. And get this, it makes these games immune to all those copyright lawsuits that are plaguing AI models. And that, of course, attracts the best creative talent who are terrified of their work just being fed into some corporate algorithm.
Of course, a grand strategy like this comes with enormous, maybe even catastrophic risks. I mean, betting against the relentless march of technology, that is a massive, massive gamble. And this chart really visualizes the heart of that gamble. A typical AI-assisted big-budget game takes, 2 to 3 years to make? Sons of Sparta has been in development for over 6 years, with a team 3 times the normal size. The cost in both time and money is just staggering. Now, if the game fails, it could fall into what economists call the artisan trap. This is where you create this beautiful, handcrafted product, but it's so expensive to make that nobody's actually willing to buy it. It's the ultimate risk for any artisan. So the two biggest threats are pretty clear. On one hand, a commercial failure could be absolutely devastating for them. But the other side of that coin, if they succeed, they don't just win, they create an entirely new premium market that they completely own. The other threat is AI washing, competitors trying to cash in by falsely labeling their games, which would just dilute the value of the real thing. So what does this all mean for the future? Well, this one single game is setting the stage for two very different paths for all of digital entertainment. Its success or failure could fundamentally change everything. We're looking at a potential split right down the middle of the industry. One path leads to what you could call algorithmic games, infinite, cheap, AI-generated content. It's kind of like digital fast food. The other path, the one Sons of Sparta is on, leads to artisan games, handcrafted, artist-led masterpieces. Think of it as the digital Michelin star restaurant. And you have to realize this strategy isn't just about art, it's about survival. In that fast food future of cloud gaming, consoles become less and less relevant, right? But in the Michelin star future, Sony gives players a very powerful reason to own a PlayStation. You need that local hardware to experience the uncompressed, raw beauty of human art. It's a masterclass in defending their whole ecosystem. And so, ultimately, this leaves us with a question that goes way beyond gaming. In a world of perfect machines, what's the real value of human imperfection? Is it that subtle tremor in an artist's hand, that illogical choice of a color, the meaningful flaws that an AI can never replicate? This game, it isn't just a product. It's a question for all of us. What do we value more, perfection or humanity?